such a founded belief in popular sovereignty that government should derive its power from the will of those people who were going to be governed. They felt that so strongly and felt it violated so greatly by England that they were going to put their lives on the line. That's something most of us never ask ourselves to do, to truly put our lives on the line for something that they may never see. You're going to put your life on the line. I might die for this cause. You know, we don't grow up dying for causes. But you had an awful lot of people who volunteered in this service. Remember, there was no organized country here. You know, this is a group of...
This is farmland.
Yeah. What you would call these people, you know, they're rabble-rousers now. These are, you know, the discontented, you know, people who oftentimes just get, you know, crazy people kind of get shunned off. Think about how often when somebody has some revolutionary idea, how we kind of shun them off like, no. Because there are people who look at something with a certain twist or a certain edge, and we're not used to things being unreasonable. But what they said was the organization of our life is unreasonable. The way we're being treated by England is totally unreasonable, and they're so sick of it that they're not going to stand for it anymore. That's just a more powerful thing than most of us ever would experience. But learning about it is so important because of the degree to which it repeats itself. When you look at, you know, over the last couple of years, Arab Spring, you know, you look at in the Middle East, the people saying, the governance of our nation is so unreasonable that, no, I'm just not going to put up with it anymore. And they knew if it didn't work, they were going to die. They weren't sure, you know, how much of a fight it was going to take, but if it didn't work, you were going to die. In the American Revolution, you were going to die trying, and if you didn't win, well, then you're probably going to die anyway, because they were going to get you. They had a lot at stake. You know, here's the strongest nation in the world in the midst of a strong colonial period who runs the risk of losing a colony that held untold possibilities. You know, it's not like we didn't know how large the land was. There hadn't been a ton of survey done, but it's a lot of land over here. England could have solidified itself as the strongest nation in the world. No one foresaw an end to, you know, imperial rule. So they looked at this. This was a tremendous loss for them if the colonies succeeded, and they certainly, if England won, they were going to have to send a message to all their other colonies that don't try this. Still, as motivated as that may have made England, they were never as motivated as the colonists were to win, and that's really what made her, you know, that's what made it work for them. Ultimately, it was they knew what was at stake, and they were passionate enough that they were willing to die for something. That's a pretty strong thing to fight against.